YouTube, what's going on YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, LUXE Jr. And I'm back with another fragrance video. Of course, YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? It's your guy, one more. What is wrong? YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what's going on? What's happening? Of course, your guy, one more time, LUXE Jr. And I'm back with another fragrance video. All right, Smell Good family. Hopefully everyone is doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we give it up on this channel. Hope everybody's doing superb, stupendous. Whatever word you use to describe doing great, I hope you are experiencing that. All right, so Smell Good family, we are back with another best of the house. This one started, and there's tons of videos like this, but for me, I want to say, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, I talked about the best from, I want to say Paris Corner, and then we moved on to the best of Lattafa, and now we're here with the best of Armaf. I can appreciate a Middle Eastern fragrance for sure. They pay big contributions to the Fragcom community, and I have my fair share. So I keep getting asked, what about Armaf? What about Rosassi? What about different ones? So we're here with the Armaf video today. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it. We got 10 fragrances. These are the best that I have. I think these are the best of the house. So whatever you want to put the best on, this is my opinion. Let's get started. Up first, from the house of Armaf, we have Armaf LUXE CRAZE. Armaf LUXE CRAZE. I believe the Armaf LUXE is like the line, and CRAZE is the name of the fragrance. This is a direct inspired by fragrance from Parfums de Marly Pegasus. And it's really, really close, especially the almond note in this fragrance. The difference between the two is the Parfums de Marly, you're going to get a more natural, high quality product. And this one is heavy synthetic. The almond, the sandalwood, the vanilla, it's potent in here, man. But it's a really close clone. I'm gonna say it's in the 90th percentile of how close it is. Now, I'll never need to get a bottle of Pegasus because I have this and I have Pegasus exclusive. So this is really close. You don't need that many sprays. It performs like a monster. Really good in the cold air. If you're going out and you spray this on and you're in the cold air, it smells awesome in the air for sure. Got this for 20 bucks when I bought it off Amazon. All right, so check them out, man. From the house of Armaf, we have Armaf CRAZE. Armaf CRAZE. All right, next up, let's go ahead and get it over with. Representing from the Club de NUIT Intense Man line, we have the limited edition Parfum. I go back and forth between this one and the Pure Perfume, which one is my favorite of the line, and today it's this one. Okay, so for those who don't know, if you've been living under a rock here in Fragcom, this is a very close interpretation of Creed's Aventus. All right, good quality stuff here for the price that you pay. You get a lot of the things that you get in Creed Aventus in here. This performs well. It smells awesome. I'm a big fan of the DNA. Not going to spend too much more time on it, but this is Armaf's top of its class, top of the top, creme de la creme, if you ask me. Of course, I'm going to have this on here. From the house of Armaf, we have Club de NUIT's Intense Man limited edition Parfum. Honestly, it doesn't matter what version you have, you're gonna get a lot of things out of it that you get out of Creed's Aventus. All right, moving on to one that's never talked about, I mean at all, and I think it's a shame, and this stuff is awesome. From the house of Armaf, we have Radical Brown Eau de Parfum. This one is a mashup of Parfums de Marly's Harriet and Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal EDP. Yes, this is like Harriet with cherry in it. That's what it is. It's a very Very sexy fragrance, man, and for what you pay and what you get, it's crazy. So some people say it leans a little bit more Heritage way. Some people say it leans a little bit more of the Guerlain L'Homme Ideal EDP way. I think it's a mashup. When I first got it, I was getting a lot of Guerlain, but then I started to see, okay, I can see the Heritage comparisons, and it's kind of like the best of both worlds in this bottle. I paid $25 for this bottle. I've worn it a couple times. I got a little dent in it. If you can see, I think you can. It's a little dent in there. But it's really, really good for the cooler months and the colder weather. Very good stuff. Don't sleep on it. Doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to get. Check it out from the house of Armaf. I really like this. We have Radical Brown EDP. Good stuff here, man. Good stuff. All right. Up next, this is a very, very, very close interpretation of another titan in the fragrance community. From the house of Armaf, we have NUIT Pour Homme. And this is a direct inspired by fragrance of Green Irish Tweed from Creed. Very close, super close. This one is a little bit more potent to my nose than the original Green Irish Tweed. The lemon verbena, fresh iris, green touches all over this fragrance. This stuff is got a nice musk to it, fresh and clean. Very good. Paid around the same price, $25 to $30 for a Green Irish Tweed clone. Me personally, this is why I've never been in a rush to get Green Irish Tweed, because I have this and it's really, really good. I'm not going to say it's better, but I'm going to say it's a darn good interpretation of the original for sure. All right, so it's around that 90th, 95th percentile in my opinion, and it's just really, really good. Definitely for the more, I'm going to say the more sophisticated, masculine, well put together gentleman who's looking for the green, earthy, fresh type of feel that's going to announce his arrival, so to speak, when he has this on. This stuff is really, really good. From the house of Armaf, we have Armaf's NUIT Pour Homme. Good stuff here. Got a nice little dent in there, as you can see. All right. Moving along in the video, of course, these two are going to make it as well. From the house of Armaf, from the Club de NUIT line, we have Milestone. We have Milestone. Milestone is a direct clone inspired by fragrance from CRAZE Mélissane Impériale. Salty aquatic, salty red fruits. You get this like this salty watermelon, raspberry, red fruit bowl, and with this an aquatic nature to it. It's very, very great for the summertime warmer weather. I see a lot of people say they like to wear this if they're going on a boat, you know, like a boat ride, or you know, somewhere when they're on the water. This is a good complimentary fragrance for that. To me, a boat party, this is a great boat party fragrance right here. If you're out there in the elements, it might be a little bit warm, maybe a little bit humid out there, but everybody's wearing maybe some white linen or some light linen or some light clothing. And a fragrance like this would carry you, man. It would carry you and pretty much can be your icing on the cake. That's the feeling that I get every time I smell this or the Mélissane Impériale DNA. This stuff is awesome. Very close to the original DNA for sure. From the house of Armaf. Once again, we have Club de NUIT's Milestone. Great stuff. Another $20, $30, $35 fragrance, man, for sure. That's worth the money, especially if you're saving money dealing with those creeds, all right? Another one from the Club de NUIT line. Y'all knew these were coming, man. We have Armaf's Sillage. Now, I've said this before. Of course, this is inspired by CRAZE Silver Mountain Water, but I personally like this better than Silver Mountain Water. Is Silver Mountain Water the better quality? Yes, it is, hands down. But what I get out of this is a ramped up, more stronger version of what Silver Mountain Water is, which is a classic DNA. And I love how this pushes off my skin, how it performs, the overall experience that I get with this is always great. It's always great. The scent DNA is classic, man. I mean, even if this lasted 2 hours, I wouldn't care, all right, because I like it that much. But due to the fact that it gives me a little bit more than I was expecting, it's just a plus. And I really love it. This is excellent, very close to the original DNA, 90, 95 percentile. From Armaf, we have Club de NUIT's Sillage. Had to be in here, right? Had to, all right? We got 4 more on the list, all right? Up next, from the house of Armaf, once again, from the niche line, rarely hear that talked about as well, you have Armaf Niche Oud. Now, don't worry. This is called Armaf Niche Oud, but there's no oud in here. But this is a very strong fragrance. Very strong, bold, rich, has a hefty body to it. You have some oriental spices, some amber benzoin, there's an iris in here, there's some patchouli, there's some olibanum, just a very spicy, sweet, masculine fragrance for sure. It's like a rich, like bourbon. That's like what this, it doesn't smell like bourbon, but if you look at the bottle and the color of the juice, even the juice moving around in there, and I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's a thicker juice in there, man. Couple of sprays and you are set to go. Great for the cooler months, great for the cold weather. I love to wear this when I have like a lot of darker colors. Maybe it's an all black, darker browns, darker blues. If I'm kind of stepping out on a colder day, couple of sprays of this is good. No one talks about this. You can get this for a great price. If you're into bold and rich style of a fragrances and you love benzoin and you love iris and you love spices and you love those type of notes, check this stuff out. Don't sleep on it. This stuff is really good. I don't know what it's a clone of, but I know it's a clone of something. I know I made no sense there, but it's true. From the house of Armaf, we have Armaf Niches Oud, but there's no oud in it. All right. Up next, another popular fragrance that really took off last year from the house of Armaf, and it should have. This stuff is awesome. Once again, from the house of Armaf, we have ODYSSEY OHMME EDP. This is a blend of a lot of your favorite popular Irish style fragrances mixed with Tom Ford's Noir Extreme. This is a water hose of a atomizer. But man, is it good. Man, this is good. Listen, if you're a fan of Iris, if you don't have this, if you're a fan of those Givenchy Gentleman EDP, Valentino Uomo Intense, Dior Homme Intense, if you're a fan of any one of those fragrances, you should have this because it's mixed with Tom Ford Noir Extreme. That's a fact. It has the sweetness there, the spices there, that oriental feel as well, and the coffee note is distinct, is just distinctive in the Tom Ford. The more I have this, the coffee like interpretation is starting to show in this fragrance. At first it wasn't, but it's starting to show in this fragrance a tad bit, which I find rather interesting. Get your hands on this, man. It's popular, but it's really good. I have enough Tom Ford Noir Extreme, 2 bottles and the parfum. But when I'm going to work most of the time in the colder weather, I'm wearing this one. I'm wearing this one. Really good stuff from the house of Armaf. We have ODYSSEY OHMME. Don't sleep on this, man. I know a lot of you heard of it. Do not sleep. It is good. All right, 2 more left from the house of Armaf, both from the Aurora line. Up first, we have Aurora, the original EDP. Now, this is a direct inspired by fragrance from Paco Rabanne Invictus. But this one is a little bit heavier on the floral side. It has a note of violet in here that kind of rears its head with the original Invictus sweetness from it. It doesn't smell like Hawass. It doesn't smell like Naj Dia. It smells like Invictus with a touch of violet. That's what it smells like, and I can appreciate it. I wear this one to the office more, and there's a dent. I've worn a lot of it to the office, so it kind of gives off this a little bit more mature feel with Armaf's version, but it's really, really good for $20 off Amazon. Don't sleep. From the house of Armaf, we have Aurora EDP. Good stuff. The bottle is horrendous, but it's good. All right, and last but not least, my latest addition from the house of Armaf, and this one is really good. From the house of Armaf, we have Aurora Fresh EDP. Shout out to my guy Ross over at TLTG Reviews. He's the one that broke this story. Let us know about it. I have been looking for it for quite some time, and I got me a bottle of it. This is a direct inspired by from Versace's Jesus Christ, I forgot the name. Versace's Man O Fresh. Versace's Man O Fresh. But this is an EDP concentration. It lasts longer. It smells super duper close to, if not, this is probably a 1A, 1B because it's so close. The star fruit, the citrus, the musk, it's there. Perfect for the warmer weather, perfect for the heat. And this one lasts a little bit longer. You get a little bit more oomph with this one than you do with the Versace, which is a classic DNA with the Mano Fresh. All right, so check this out. Check this one out. I got this off Joma's shop for around 20-25 bucks. So it's really good for this time of year. Don't sleep. Armafs are real fresh. It's really good. All right. All right, Smell Good family, those are my 10 that I have that equal the best of the line, the best of the house from Armaf. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, what are your favorite Armaf fragrances? Drop them down below. Let's have a conversation. Do you like my 10? Do you hate my 10? Whatever you feel, drop it down below. All right. All right, Smell Good family, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Remember everything that we talk about every video. What you put out is what you're going to get back, and splack it up. Splack it down, splack it that thing all around, all right? Y'all be cool, man. Love y'all.